good look at the monitor right now, and he says yes. He says, come on over.
And I think they may challenge this.
After reviewing the play, it was determined to be offside. No goal.
After coach's challenge, it's determined there's goaltender interference on the play. Therefore, the call is reversed. No goal.
I'll be honest with you. At this point, I don't know anymore what counts and what doesn't count in this crease play. And ask the coaches. They'll say the same thing.
That's goal interference. Did they say good goal?
What's that?
What did they say? They're challenging?
It's been one of the most controversial and highly debated topics in the NHL, the coach's challenge. From offsides to goaltender interference, inconsistencies between rulings have caused quite a stir for head coaches around the league. But there's no denying the impact it has on the outcome of a game. That's why teams hire a coach to watch over every play to spot any infractions that could result in a reversed call. However, you won't find these coaches behind the bench. Huddled in an office surrounded by TV screens and editing equipment is where you'll find the video coach, the complementary piece to every coaching staff.
Anytime you're involved in the play, there's some excitement, anticipation. That's the hardest thing, is to keep your emotions under control, not to get overly emotional, whether it's a goalie interference, whether the call goes your way or goes against you, because you're trying to, as calmly as possible and quickly as possible, communicate clearly to the bench.
The first thing I do is I'm almost checking every single entry that happens on the ice. So the entry goes in, I might get a call from one of the coaches on the bench saying, hey, check that might be offside. So that's the first thing I check. And then I'm looking goalie interference, making sure no one interfered with the goalie. And then I'm always letting the coach know, hey, good goal, bad goal, we might challenge here, just so they know, they hear from me, so they know if there's something we need to do after the goal.
For one, the coach's challenge is handled on a separate computer. So the Hawkeye system is what they used for the coach's challenge. So when it was first introduced, there was no monitors on the bench. It was just what I saw, and I had to communicate that to the bench. And you had 30 seconds to do it, and you didn't have blue line cameras. It was definitely a challenge, and it's still a challenge. Every call is different, you know, and you never know how it's going to go. You know what I mean? The offside call is to some degree black and white. The goalie interference, you have no idea. You know, so it's you see one that goes in that's called back. That's, you think there's no way, and then another one you think for sure is going to be called back. You know, it's a goal. What we do is we obviously give our opinion, but it's still the coach's call. It's still, the coach still has to challenge. I think anytime you win one, it's good, and for me, it's every one you win is good. Because really, it's amazing once you start looking at it, how really the linesmen are pretty good.
They're going to be 100%.
Okay.
They are going to be 100%.
Great.
Okay?
Yep.
Okay.
As long as they're right.
This season, the league introduced a change to one particular video review. A failed offside challenge now leads to a 2-minute penalty against the team who challenged the play, which means in a tight game, the pressure is on for video coaches to be absolutely sure they get the call right.
There's pressure for sure, but I enjoy what I do. I don't feel too much pressure. I have fun. Those moments where you have to make a challenge, you feel it a little bit the first time for sure. I remember I was shaking. The goalie coach on the radio had to radio down to me on the other radio and tell me to calm down a little bit. That was 3 years ago. But now it's part of my job, so I don't feel too much pressure doing it.
If you've ever been around Rod Brundamore, if he gives you a good chirp, says, hey, good job, you know, that means a lot. And that's really what you're looking for, you know, good job. When it goes the other way, you know, the players will chirp you regardless. The players chirp you whether it's good or bad. But it's mainly with the coaches and management. When things happen good, you want to enjoy the moment.